John, a very difficult result to take. What were your feelings after watching the game unfold?
I was puzzled more than anything else, got to say. But it's very, very typical of us. It's the sort of thing we do. You know, you get I think they get the way the game panned out was they started quicker than us. I think the first 15-20 minutes they were on top, but we always looked like we had opportunity to get behind them on the break. We got a goal, and then the game changed in our favour, and we got on top. We got a second goal from a penalty, and we were very much in the ascendancy. And the worst thing that could have happened was probably them blowing up for half time. You know, I'd prefer to just keep going. But we know that can't be so. So, and we spoke about it in the dressing room at half time. We said that we have to be really careful that the next goal was key, and that we had to be really careful that we didn't drop our effort levels, because the effort levels coming into the break were excellent. But of course they weren't there, and that makes a difference. And then of course if the next goal goes to 2-1, as it did, the crowd, and there's a reasonable crowd on, all suddenly find the voices. All of a sudden the tempo goes up and you pin back and you can't get out your own half. We end up playing the second half pretty much in our half. I've got to say our quality was disappointing. You need a bit of composure. You need, when they are pressing, you've got to have some calmness about you. And I don't think we got it today. And it's very, very disappointing, but that's what it is. That's what we got. You know, we're not going to win this league as things stand, but what we can do, at our best, we can put decent performances on. But you know, when we're not at our best, that's the sort of thing that happens. So very, very disappointed. I'm puzzled, and I'm just puzzled by how it changed over half time. You know, so disappointed, of course.
Can you pinpoint what you think the turning point was going into the second half?
It's energy levels and composure, and people concentrating and marking people and not letting them run off them. If you're ball watching, you go to sleep, players will run behind you, and that's how you get stretched. And then you've got a next man comes out, and then a hole appears behind them because they've come out. So you have to stay organised for long periods, and we didn't do that. And it's very difficult from where we were to get any instructions onto the defensive part of the pitch. So we're furthest away. I think he would have been defending this goal up here. We could have helped to control a little bit more from the dugout and get some messages on and keep people thinking about what they're doing. But they were a long way away, and we couldn't get any vocal messages on. So it's allowing ourselves to become disorganised simply because we're not concentrating. We're allowing people to switch off.
On a more positive note, a really good performance in the first half, probably one of the best I've seen so far this season. So that's surely something that you have to take forward now and build on going forward.
Well, it'd be alright if we could play for 45 minutes and then go home. It wouldn't be bad. We'll probably do okay. But you know, we know it's not like that, and we get our just desserts at the end of the day. And if, to be quite honest with you, if Blyth had not get anything out of this game, it would have been a travesty, because they were better than us. Even though the 2-0 massed over it for me, and what we've served up today just isn't going to get us enough points. You know, it's all right. No point playing for 20 minutes out of 90. You know, we just happened to get some goals today, and we've got to defend it. We've got to be cleverer. We've got to be smarter. We've got to defend well for longer periods and stay organised. And it was very disappointing. I was called Cameron's made a bit of a rick for the third goal, and we might have come away with a 2-2, and everybody would have been reasonably happy with that. But he has been magnificent, Cameron, and all credit to him. He's been really good, and he was due. He was due a rick, wasn't he? He was under pressure, and that's what's happened. It's just like he'll want the earth to open up. But I would say to him, don't worry. You know, he's been really good for us, and you know, can put that behind him really quickly.
Our attention's turned to the FA Trophy next week. We face Basford United away from home. It's not a side we're familiar with, but they are doing well in the league. Do you know much about them?
Well, we know that there's somebody pumping some money in, so they'll have decent players around the pitch. They'll probably have players that have played at a higher level, which I know that they do have. I don't know how many. I don't know the team particularly, but you know, we've got somebody taking a look at them today, and that'll give us a little bit more information. We've seen this stuff that we can look at, but they're a club that's on the up. They're looking to move again another level, so it's going to be a very, very difficult game. It's on 3G, which doesn't worry me too much because, you know, we try and play. But they're going to be very, very competitive. They're going to be very hungry. As they'll be the underdogs coming from a lower level, and so I don't think there'll be anything in it. I think it'll be a very, very tight game. So looking forward to it. It's always exciting to play a trophy game. You can get through, and who knows, in a few games you can be near Wembley. So who knows? So we'll look forward to going to that one. Hopefully we can do better than we've done today.